Should somebody who's given HRT that needs it be allowed to claim that they're natural? Coach Greg, and today we're going to talk about HRT and fake natties. Everything you need to know about HRT fake natties and why some people are on HRT, claim they're natural, and why some people are on HRT and claim they're not natural, like me, okay? So let's get right into it. Some people are born and they just don't produce enough testosterone. It's not their own fault, they just don't, okay? They get older and a doctor prescribes them testosterone because their body doesn't produce enough of it. They would be better with it, so a doctor chooses to prescribe it. Other people, like me, well, they chose to abuse PEDs on their own, okay? So they did the damage to their own bodies, and then they go to the doctor, the doctor's like, yeah, you need HRT. It's your own fault, but you do need it. So different people have different reasons for being prescribed HRT. It can be self-inflicted, or it could be you were born like that. Does that mean the doctor shouldn't help both people? If you have lung cancer because you smoke cigarettes, should you not deserve medical treatment? Versus somebody who got lung cancer from second-hand smoke, and they didn't smoke it themselves, they were in a restaurant back in the day, or maybe their wife, husband, or circle friend, they were smoking it in front of them and they got lung cancer. Do they not both deserve treatment? I personally think they both deserve treatment. You're born not producing enough tests, and then the doctor prescribes it to you, and now you have more tests than last time. My personal opinion is you're not natural anymore. I'm not saying you shouldn't be given the testosterone, I'm saying you're not natural. You're given an advantage that you weren't born with, and that makes you not natural. To be not natural means to me you're taking something extra that wasn't there naturally. Not natural. Now, HRT comes in various doses, and different doctors are willing or unwilling to prescribe different amounts of different things. The same person could go to two different doctors. One would prescribe 100 milligrams a week. The other might prescribe 200 milligrams a week, or 300. Or also Anavar and Deca and MK and peptides, and you name it. Both people are on doctor-prescribed HRT. One is getting a little bit, tiny bit, not much. The other one is getting a whole lot. So if you say, well, why can't people who are on HRT compete in sporting, drug-tested competition and say, hey, it's a doctor prescription, and so we should be allowed to compete? Well, this is the argument for why. Because if you open that up, it's going to encourage so many people to do it. So, for example, if you're going to the Olympics and you want to win, you're going to find a doctor that's going to prescribe you the highest dose possible of HRT. Trust me, I get the DMs, I see the questions. Coach Greg, the doctor's only willing to prescribe me 200. How do I get 300? I'm not answering that. So you can't just be like, oh, I'm on HRT. I'm going to fill out a TUE, a therapeutic exemption form, and I can compete in all sporting competitions because, hey, I'm on HRT, and the doctor said I need it, so ha. So in my opinion, anyone that's on HRT can't compete in drug-tested competition and call it fair. I'm not a hypocrite. I admit, me being on HRT allows me to perform better, to recover better, to sleep better, to feel better, to be better. All the while, my HRT dose puts me in the normal reference range of normal. So if I get tested, my test levels are going to be in the normal reference range. I'm normal. Well, Greg, you're saying you're normal, so aren't you natural? Well, why don't you just say it's natural, it's in a normal reference range? Because it's an external testosterone that I'm injecting that's allowing me to be in the normal range. Without it, I'm below the normal or maybe in the lower end of the normal. I'm not at the higher end. So my opinion is it's not fair for somebody who is on HRT to claim natural. Okay? Even though they need it, even though they want it, even though the doctor says, you need this, it's for you, I still don't think it's fair to claim natural. Coach Greg, you're a friggin' hypocrite, you are, I know you are. You did that Keji bike race and you were on HRT and you entered the race. Why didn't you just get a TUE form and then you could have competed? Because, see, you were taking all their stuff, you're a trend. before the bike race took place. I wrote this on Instagram. I'm going to read it. So imagine, I'm so stupid, and I'm literally admitting to being on PD. So let's see what I said, because, I'm such a cheater. I'm hiding everything. I'm a cheater. Let's read what I posted. I am on low-dose test, 120 milligrams a week, to keep my test levels in the normal range. But it's been 6 months that I have been off an actual cycle. Quit making excuses that you're eating to gain muscle and instead find a reason to get into shape of your life and stay healthy. My resting heart rate is down to 48 from 63, and I'm in the best shape, aside from nagging injuries, that I've been in 20 years. But no, that's a drug-tested event, and I should have known better, because I should have known better. I made a mistake. Coach Greg makes mistakes. Other people mistakes. I made a mistake. I entered the race. I shouldn't have entered the race. If I was deliberately trying to be secretive, would I have posted what I was taking before the drug test? No, but why didn't I just take the drug test? I would have passed if I was on HRT, right? I would have passed. Maybe. But listen to this, just so you know the real behind-the-scenes secrets behind the scenes. Marijuana was illegal back then. It was illegal at the time. You couldn't use it in Canada. It's legal now. Do you think it would be a smart decision to actually take a drug test and have it show up that you took weed? Maybe I would pass for the test. Arguably, maybe if it was low dose, 120, maybe I passed. Maybe I passed. I don't know. Maybe I passed. Not going to pass taking weed the night before. Do I want that? Do I want that to come out? Think of it. Do I want proof that I took something like that at the time? Proof that I actually was using a class 2 product at the time when it was in fact illegal? What would you do? And, while we're on this topic, I finished the race and some dude shows up and he's laughing at how much muscle I have. I'm not making this shit up. Do I look like a liar? And this dude, he shows up to me like 5 minutes after the race. He's like, "Oh, nice race, good job. Thanks, And he's like, look at all those muscles." This is like, "Yeah, thanks. Okay, I'm gonna keep talking to my girlfriend now, and this is my guys in the race." And then 5 minutes he's hanging around, just looking weird. And then all of a sudden, "Yeah, I'm gonna drug test you." And I'm like, this is pretty funny, I'm wearing a Superman shirt and I look like friggin' Hulk Hogan. Yeah, I know, because I have all this muscle, right? Yeah, drug test me. No, seriously, I'm here to drug test you. I'm like, this guy is just like randomly comes in, no identification. He's not here with someone else, like when they drug test you, there's 2 people that show up, so you have a witness and a person that drug tests you, and a witness, 2 people, so they could collaborate their stories. I'm like, kind of getting embarrassed here a little bit. Like, this guy's making me feel uncomfortable. It's a little awkward. Come over here and we'll have a little chat. So I'm like, we move over 5-10 feet. Like, dude, I'm not taking any friggin' drug tests. I'm on HRT. I would fail a drug test if I took it. I'm not going to say I took weed and it's just some stranger I've never met. He's like, no, you should do the test. And we'll just go over there and you can pee and over there is the woods. He's pointing in the woods, and he's like, "Come and do a drug test." And just so you know, I know other people that have been scammed by this before. I personally know other people that have been scammed by this before. Scam! Come, I'm drug testing you. You have to come with me right now. And they freaking watch them pee in a cup. They do. Scam them into it. No identification, no person with them, just some random guy shows up and says, "I want you to pee in front of me." No identification. And I'm supposed to do that? Really? What would you do in this situation? So then I go to court over this matter. My girlfriend's present the entire time. Collaborate every friggin' thing I say. And in the court, I'm saying, "Yep, I'm on HRT. I'm on HRT. I am on HRT. I did this 120 milligrams a week. That's what I was on." The judge is hearing me saying I'm on HRT. They put this guy on the witness stand, and what do I say? "So, can you read your name here as the person who's doing the drug testing?" He reads his name. Then it says the witness. Can you read the witness's name? He reads his name again. He signed both that. He signed himself as both the witness and the person doing the testing. The judge is like, did you really actually sign yourself for both? Oh, well, he was, yep. The judge is losing his mind. The judge is like, that is completely indefensible. You can't do that. Had I not have admitted I was on HRT, I would have been friggin' victorious in that friggin' case. I admitted to being on HRT. I'd already written. I had it on my stupid phone. But I'm dishonorable. I'm a liar. Or did that guy lie? The tester. Did they have a vendetta against me? Of course they did. I failed a freaking test in 2009. Oh, you never brought that up before. I did a friggin' natty or not on myself. In 2009, he fails a powerlifting drug test. Fails. He failed the drug test. I did it already. The intro says, you failed the drug test. I already said it in the introduction. It's right the frig there. Then at 22 minutes and 8 seconds, I further elaborate on it, admitting to it. Then all these other guys going, oh, this is YouTube exposed Coach Greg. Oh, I exposed him because I researched harder than last time. I exposed my freaking self. I'm the one that posted the video, and he got stripped of all of his powerlifting records after the case. I'm the one that said that. You copied my video. Did they strip me of all those previous records because I failed those tests? No, I passed the test. They strip you of the records because if you fail once, they get rid of all of them as a deterrent to not do it. Do I care that they strip me of all my records? At the time, I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. And now I don't care. I know I did it. I know I did it clean. And I know I lifted what I lifted. And I know when I was 22 years old, I entered that first meet, and I broke the freaking world record for my freaking age group, raw. I know I freaking did it. Natural. I know I did it. You're going to argue with me? Oh, no, it's all HRT. It's all the drugs you've ever used. I broke and currently have the world record for 90 kg masters powerlifting for the bench press, 529 pounds, pause. And I would have done more if I hurt my shoulder, and I've been able to bench press since. Cortisone shot got me through it. I was going to bench 550, you don't believe me? Whatever, I know what I could bench. So I have amazing genetics. Oh, you're a narcissist because you think you're good. I have amazing genetics. I was breaking records, world records natural. Then later on, I took PDs. And I broke the drug-assisted world records then. So I broke the world record with drugs against other people who use drugs. I broke the Guinness World Record deadlift with PDs, yes, but you're allowed to use them. There was no rule against it. So when you make videos and I expose Greg and don't have any credibility anymore, I already exposed myself. You just keep revamping the same stories that I've already discussed, and oh, you didn't talk about it here. You're hiding that part about you. I've already spoken about it. Do you think every single week I'm going to make another video saying, I admit to this, I admit to that? Oh, you know what you didn't expose this. I copied my brother's grade 11 biology homework. You didn't know that, did you? I did. And I made it seem dumber than last time because he was too smart. And if I copied it word for word, they would have known. So I dumbed it down. I copied him. And I cheated on a friggin' exam once. Maybe I wouldn't have passed French in grade 12 had I not cheated on that friggin' test. There it is. I also shoplifted more than once. I stole some hockey cards from the stores. Bad. Yes, it's a significant, but I did it. I can't tell you every single thing about my life just because I admitted to PDs. Greg is open. I'm not so open. I'm going to tell you about everything I do with my girlfriend in private. I need to have some freaking privacy from the world. Just because I'm open about my PD use doesn't mean I'm going to be open about my inner thoughts on every single thing. Some things I need to be private. Not going to talk about something that may or may not have happened 20 years ago or whatever. Just because a famous movie star comes out and says, hey, I was on HRT for these 2 roles in movies, I want to come clean, I want to be open about it, doesn't mean they're going to talk about all the rec drugs they did when they're 21 years old. You need to allow some privacy. So all this exposes. Exposed what? You just regurgitate the same information over and over again. It's telephone tag. Let's start with something, and then by the end of it, let's see what happens. That is what happens on the friggin' internet. That's what's happening to me right now. I cannot continue to make these stupid friggin' videos. So I didn't even know I was going to talk about this. I was trying to address HRT, fake natties, and all of a sudden I'm talking about bike race and what tangent. Story time with Coach Greg. It's funny how these things happen. Story time with Coach Greg. Funny how these things happen, but they come because I tell you what I think, what's on my mind. I'm just telling you what I think, okay? That's what I thought. That's what came in my head at the time, and I'm going to just speak about it. So, is this ruining my day? Well, it's making me make a video, and I thought about it, and I didn't even plan on doing this at this point, and I said, so maybe it partially ruined a part of my day, and now I get to talk about it, and it's out. And guess what? Another month, somebody's going to make another video. It's going to say the same thing. I suppose, Coach Greg, because look what he said in this video right now, this video. And they're going to say it. And I need to talk about this and talk about that. I can't address everything. My channel needs to have some good information. I need to actually do videos that I want to do. I don't want every single video to be me showing and proving that you all are wrong and that I'm right about something. Oh, you're a narcissist because you think you're right about this. You can't win. I'm right 99.7% of the time. You'll find out why, soon enough, why it's 99.7. Video's not posted, but you'll find out. I'm right 99.7% of the time. Oh, but because I say it, that makes me a bad person. Ending it here because I forgot what the freaking start of this video was even supposed to be about. HRT, if you're on it, you're not natural. There, that's what it was about. GregDoucette.com for coaching, Greg Doucette IB Pro. Blooping up 2 videos, watch one of the 2, or not if you don't believe me. And until next time, I'm out. So one person watches my video, copies it, and exposes me on what I've already said. Then another person watches that video and exposes me for what I said that they said. Then one person watched that video and they copy what they said, and then